going to be about something that I have been doing quite a bit of recently as another way to pass the time in lockdown. During like the first lockdown it was puzzles. During this lockdown it has been diamond art. So if you don't know what diamond art is, it is a bit like, I would describe it as like puzzling / paint by numbers using gems. So what it is, let's get one up to show you. You get an image like this, and underneath, this is obviously a finished one, underneath it has lots of numbers and symbols which correlate to on the side here. Now as you can see up close, they are all individual little diamond little beads with like a flat surface on them. In fact, I have one stuck to the back of it. So that is what they look like, and they are really shiny and shimmery. So I've purchased all 4 of these off Amazon. These are the ones that I've done. I thought I would not only talk a little bit about like my tips and just how it's helped me, but also review these 4 artworks in particular, because they've all come with different accessories and they all have sort of different outcomes, and especially when buying from Amazon, they don't necessarily show you how it may look at the end, and that can have a contributing factor to how good it comes out at the end. So let's start with the first one I did, which was this one. I will try and link them all down below, but like I said, I got them all off Amazon. Most of these were Amazon Prime because I wanted them next day. So this is the first one I did. This is an Elvis one. So this one is all consists of letters, so this is actually a pretty easy one to follow, and all the beads come in individual little bags, which I will show you. So they come in little bags and they've got a little number on them that correlates. They all have come with at least some sort of pen to use, and basically what you do is there is a little bit of putty that comes with these that looks like this, and you pop some putty in here, you just stab it in, and that helps to grip the beads, and then they stick right onto the painting. And when you get it, it would be helpful if I had one that I've not done. When you get it, there is a plastic film sheet over it, and underneath it's all sticky. So that's how you go about doing it. For me, I like to just tear and cut off a little bit. Some people use like X-Acto knives. I just use some scissors, and I'll cut a little area so the whole thing doesn't have to have the whole plastic off, and I could get other bits stuck to it. This one took me about 4 days, which I thought was really good because, you know, it's something that's, you're not doing it in a day and then it's over and done with. It actually took me quite a bit of time. I was doing it one by one. You can get some pens. I actually have one here to show you. This came with one of the kits, which you would put putty in the end there, and then you could probably pick up 4 or 5 gems at a time. So if you've got an area that's all the same letter or number or symbol, that's really easy to get that area done. I think that would be more beneficial if you had a really big artwork. These are all sort of A3 size, I would say, between an A4 and an A3 size. So yes, this is the Elvis one, and I think this one turned out really good. I found it really easy to do. These are all 4 of these have the circle little gems. This one came with 1 tray, which most of the time they come with these little green trays like this. They will give you one of those. I got the single pen with the 1 dot feature on the end. I got a couple of little Ziploc bags, so that's really good afterwards, or if you need to keep them bagged up, if you're taking it and putting it away. I just did it on our dining room table and sort of shoved everything to one side when dinner time occurred. And yeah, so the only thing I would say about this is I did change some of the colours. Not drastically, but I don't know if you can see, his skin tone's quite like an orangey colour, and there were some bits where they'd put like an orangey colour and I was like, it doesn't quite look right, so I literally just picked them off. You could use tweezers or whatever, and I put in a different colour which I thought would blend quite nicely, and I think the overall effect of this is really nice. I chose pieces that I would like to frame afterwards, so downstairs in our toilet it's all sort of a bit like old Hollywood 1950s. I have a lot of Elvis, so I thought this would be perfect, and it really sparkles really nicely. So that was the first one I did. I then quickly realised after doing that one that I was going to need a lot more of those trays. So I went onto Amazon and I got, I think, a pack of 10 of these little trays. These have little funnels on them, so it's really good if you want to keep putting them back into little baggies and things like that. Because for that first one, I was using every receptacle I could find, so I could cut open the bags and keep them in it. So I had like this, and then I had about 7 or 8 different candle lids and little jars that I could find. So I knew that I was going to need some more of these. And every time I've done one of these, I keep the trays. In fact, I've kept everything so far in like one of these bags. I keep all the extra beads, all the little putty. With all 4 of these, I haven't yet run out of putty. They usually give you one small square, which is like about that size, and that's been fine. I've not needed any more. So I've kept them just in case I ever need them in the future. So that was the first one I did, and then I moved on to this Little Mermaid one, which is super pretty. I do, like I said, want to frame these. Some of the beads, I can see there's one here, needs sort of pushing down again a little bit. So as soon as they're in a frame, I think that would be good. I've just sort of kept them lead flat. They come all rolled up when you buy them. But this is the Little Mermaid one. Again, it's very iconically Little Mermaid, and it's really pretty, especially all this like pastel work just shines just so nice. There are, when you look at it up close, you can see some of the like the numbers and symbols behind. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up. I don't know. But for me, I can see like some little black bits. From a distance, when it's hung up, I'm probably not going to be able to see it, but when I'm up close, I can see a couple, and I just try and sort of like move the little gem around a little bit just so it covers that a little bit more. Obviously, once it's in a frame, I'm not really going to be able to do that as easily. The next one was another Elvis one. And this one on Amazon looks like it's completely black and white. As you will see, this is not black and white. It does have that sort of black and white-esque look to it, but when you look at the actual stones, it's very much like a sepia type effect. So this is this one. So it's more of like a typical picture. So it looks really good, I think. I think you definitely have to wait till the end for the finished like look of it, because I was maybe like 2/3 of the way through and I was like, I don't know how this is going to pan out, like it doesn't look right. But I think it looks super good. You can definitely tell who it is. As you look close, you can see it's not black and white. There are different colours in there. One thing which I'm not completely thrilled about is on his hair and on his jacket, it's actually got like a blue background to it, and I think it should have just been black just to complement the beads. Obviously he did have like that blue-esque tone to his hair, and he did wear like some blue jumpsuits and stuff, but I think like for the look of this, like from a distance it doesn't look too bad, but I feel it makes the gaps in between the little diamonds just more pronounced. In person I can definitely see like where there's certain gaps bigger than others. So that's all I will say for that one. This one, oh, the Little Mermaid one it did come with a multi-pen, so you could do like 3 or 4 at a time. It came with 2 lots of putty, which was good. It came with a couple of the little bags and 1 tray. This one came with some of the putty, 1 tray, came with 2 pens, a single and then a double-ended side multi one, and some little small bags. I will say I didn't find this one as sticky as some of the others. I did have to keep like going back and sticking things down. and you will notice round the edge there is like a sticky border, so the glue sort of continues, so all the fluff sticks to it whilst you're doing it. I'll show you how I combated that on the next one, but hopefully I won't see that when I put it in a frame, so we'll have to see, because obviously I've not framed all these. And then this last one is a Disney one. And this is what it looks like. So from at a distance, again, it's that iconic Disney castle, like sometimes you see at the beginning of films. This one came with one pen, some glue, a tray. I found this one actually the most difficult to see the symbols and the letters, especially on these dark bits. So it was really difficult to tell what was like a B and what was an E, that sort of thing. So if your eyesight's not tip-top, I mean, these are really small anyway, so you've got to have some fairly good eyesight. But even I found this quite difficult. I had to shine a light on it. I do think in some areas it could have been a slightly different colour, like at the bottom of the castle where it meets the water. I think it's two similar colours. I think the sunset's really pretty. But yeah, this had a lot of small detail, like the fireworks. They sort of just look, I mean, from a distance you can tell they look sort of firework-esque, but they're not, you know, as detailed as they could have been. So that's just something to bear in mind. And with this, what I did is I put some masking tape or like washi tape around the edge, so I didn't either keep sticking to it or get stuff stuck to it whilst I was doing it. And again, for all of these, I just did a little segment at a time. And this was the only one that I did uniformly, like bottom upwards. The other ones I sort of go around sort of where the most similar numbers and letters are. For instance, I say this black colour was the letter R. I did sort of all this, and then I would move up and I tried to do his head so I could get like the most in one colour done at a time, if you know what I mean. So I would like to try more. These are obviously the 4 I've got from Amazon just because I wanted to try it out. They're fairly cheap. They're about £9 per one. And again, these take me about 3 to 4 days to finish, doing it one diamond at a time. Yes, I also think this bit at the bottom with the bow is slightly difficult to work out as well. There are places that and websites where you can upload a photo and do it yourself. I think that would be really interesting to try. But I think it's that thing of bear in mind what image you're selecting, how big it is, and bear in mind how much detail. Most of the ones, obviously these are all from Amazon, these have all been a similar size. And you can definitely tell the ones that work better, other ones that are maybe close up have slightly less detail, like the portrait ones, whereas the castle one, you lose a lot of features within the castle and the fireworks, that sort of thing. So yes, I have found this being really therapeutic for me as someone that suffers with depression and anxiety. It's sort of just as therapeutic as puzzling, doing puzzles or colouring. In fact, it's maybe slightly more therapeutic than puzzles because that can sometimes be a bit frustrating. With this, you know exactly where to put things. So I'm just jumping in before the end of the video. I've actually completed another piece of diamond art since I last recorded that piece, so I thought I'd include it as well. And this one is a really good example of an image that really just doesn't work at all, and I really wouldn't recommend getting. So again, I got this on Amazon, and it is this Elvis piece. Now from a distance, yes, you can tell, you know, that's Elvis, you can sort of tell that's a signature, there's a jukebox, but when you bring it up close, there really isn't a lot of detail. I mean, you can't really closely make out his signature that well. Just a little bit down here is a bit odd. There's supposed to be some sort of motorbike in here, and I just, as hard as I keep looking at it, I just can't see a motorbike in that at all. So yes, I wouldn't recommend this one purely based on the photo. This is a case of too much detail in too small an area. You know, this would have worked if this was like maybe an A2 size or A1 size, it would have really worked well, but because it's more of like an A4 size, it doesn't work so well to show all the little details. So yes, I thought I'd include that at the end of this video. So yeah, if you've done any diamond art, let me know where's your favourite places to get it. I would like to try maybe like a proper diamond art website. Yeah, I thought I would show you this today just to like, because on Amazon they didn't have anywhere where you could actually like see these for real, what the finished product comes out like. So I know this is a little bit of a different video. Let me know what you thought of it, whether you will be trying out any diamond art anytime soon, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.